Shayla will be 40 now.
You gotta let her go. We got the other children. Grandkids, too.
And Shayla has such fire.
So, what's the point?
Of what?
This? Is it some sort of art? A Zen garden? What?
It's a communal art installation. It's supposed to look nice.
I guess. But I'm just saying, you could have a whole batball field or some food stands. Something useful.
It's always something with you.
Hello. Farewell.
So after an hour of whining, they're finally out here.
They're just sitting on the grass. They should be playing.
Want to go another 3 rounds with them?
There's slides. Like right there.
Welcome. Thanks for choosing Chunks. Which chunks would you like today? All I am legally allowed to say is that our chunks meet all known minimum standards for nutrition. What do you think you're doing? I'll be taking that.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
You're right. Still, I'd like to try it.
Everything good? We're here to help.
Hey! Hey, you! You have a minute? I need to talk to you. You're the one that was on Vectera, right? You flew in on the, Frontier. Tommy Bitlow, SSNN research intern. Word is the Frontier was involved in an attack? It's true, right? You saw some real action? This is great. Great! My boss, Nadia Mufaz, would kill to talk to you. An actual eyewitness! There's credits in it for credible newsworthy information. Everyone knows David Barron, the face and voice of SSNN, if you will. But Nadia is in charge of all the research. All the best stories were written by her. She's really something. Just share what you want then. All we want to know is about the attack itself. Just go to the SSNN building. It's not far. Keep it up, Tommy. You're killing it.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep. Okay. No bounty. You're clear.
Looks like you got some fines to clear up. I've got special orders. You're coming with me. Prepare for immediate transport to our vessel. I've been authorized to inform you that you're being transferred to the UC Vigilance. You'll find out more when you get there. Other than that, I'm not at liberty to divulge any additional information. We have orders to transport you and your vessel to your final destination, the UC Vigilance. Any deviation from those orders on your part will be considered an act of hostility and will be met with aggressive force. Smart decision. Stand by to be transferred.
telling you, the commander's got plans for this loser. Why else would he be going through all this trouble? I still don't understand why he trusts a criminal. Seems like too much of a risk. Stop worrying and keep an eye on our guest. I'll be right back. You just sit tight. The commander wants to have a little chat. The prisoner's ready, sir. I hope you're comfortable. We have a lot to discuss. Well, we'll see about that. First, let me see what we're working with here. It appears you spent some time as a combat medic. Good to know that you can take care of yourself under fire. I also see that you mined on Vectera, and now you're with Constellation. You've certainly been quite busy. Oh, and look at that. Right at the bottom of this list is the criminal incident that landed you in my crosshairs. I will, when I'm ready. Now that we have that out of the way, let me introduce myself. My name is Commander Kibwe Ikande, and I'm in charge of this operation for UC SysDev. Are you familiar with what we do? United Colonies System Defense. Does that help you figure out exactly what it is we do? UC SysDev is a division of the UC Navy. While they handle the big picture stuff, we deal with a very particular problem. The Crimson Fleet. That convict is where you enter the picture. No, you don't. Not yet, anyway. We've been prodding at the Crimson Fleet for years, trying to take them down one ship at a time. But we barely scratched the surface. If we can get someone on the inside, we'll have a shot at finding a loose thread we can pull to bring it all down. If the military rolls in and attacks the Crimson Fleet, we'd have a full-scale war on our hands. That means losses, heavy losses, that the United Colonies can't afford. It doesn't matter how I feel. I'm simply doing what's best for the security of the United Colonies. Look, I'm going to make this simple. Agree to work for UC SysDev, and together we take down the Crimson Fleet. Refuse, and I tell these guys to throw you into the nearest lockup. Might even tack on an extra few hundred credits to your fine. Well, first of all, we'll forget about the infraction that landed you on the Vigilance. Wipe the slate clean. Better still, depending on how well you do your job, we'll even kick in a few extra credits to offset any cost that the operation will incur. Or, you can throw all that away and end up back in jail with a hefty fine attached. I'm not coercing you into doing anything. I'm simply giving you a chance to redeem yourself. So, what do you say? You going to work with me, or should I find someone else? If I didn't think you had a chance, I would have left you in lockup. You're just going to have to follow your instincts and trust me. You aren't leaving until I have an answer. Suit yourself. You know, I have to admit, I'm a bit surprised. My instincts told me you were the right person, but I suppose I was wrong. All right, send this one to the lockup on Sidonia. Let them deal with the problem.
Things have been pretty quiet around here lately. Usually means someone's up to something. We just haven't found out what yet. Sergeant Booth at your service. If you have a security-related concern, bring it up to me. Not if I've got anything to say about it. For real, though. I don't know if it's because everyone's too busy working, or if it's because of the military presence, but crime's pretty low. We get the occasional drunken brawls, petty thefts and stuff, but Cydonia ain't exactly a hotbed of crime. We're not Neon. As much as someone's last name is a nickname, friends, acquaintances, and other locals call me Booth. You can call me Sergeant Booth. Be seeing you around. The Lex condos aren't anything special, but plenty of people call them home. Ever been to Aquila? Those security uniforms are way cooler than anything we've got.
Welcome to Cydonia Security. I'm Commander Vincent Woodard, Chief of Planetary Security and former head of the Red Devils program here on Mars. I tend to deal with security at a high governmental level, whereas my associate Booth over there handles day-to-day security issues. So if you're looking to report a minor crime or misdemeanor, see him. But if there's something I can help you with, feel free to ask. Only the finest bunch of soldiers to ever grace the UC with their service. Of course, I may be biased as a Red Devil myself, and head of the program. Well, former, I should say. Program's been defunct since the armistice that ended the colony wars. It put a stop to any and all Xeno warfare. I fought to keep them operational here, but the top brass concluded that without their unique alien bioweapon training, there was no need for a separate elite soldier program. It's small, it's dusty, it's old, but it's home. It may not be anything fancy, but I couldn't dream of living anywhere else. Still do, technically. I'm a naval commander, but they've got me here pushing pencils ever since the Red Devils disbanded. I pull double duty, aiding in recruitment and serving as the Cydonia security chief, representing the UC. If you ask me, though, nothing's been the same since the Red Devils' glory days. All the goddamn time. It's been about 20 years, but every time a new recruit crosses my desk, I size them up and wonder if they have what it takes to be a Red Devil. I'd give my left thumb to recruit fresh devils again, but it'd take nothing short of a miracle to convince the top brass to reinstate the program. Bye for now.
If you see any trouble, you let us know.
Stay away from the Sixth Circle unless you're a minor. Or at least don't come crying to me if anything happens to you. Just because the governor's office is right out there on the main level doesn't mean it's not secure.
Sorry? What do you mean there's no work?
Yeah, do you have any idea how far we've traveled? How much money we spent to hitch a ride to this dusty red rock? We were told there were jobs.
Look, I get it. But we just filled our last openings. I think we have a couple contracts ending at the end of next month. It's possible they may not extend them.
This is bullshit. I got a wife and kids at home. We can't wait almost 2 months for a job.
Hey, I'm getting There's nothing.
can make a real good living working the mines here on Mars.
Yeah, you're right. Screw this.
I know the Deimos employees here on Mars think I'm overbearing. But what they don't know is that I've saved this operation from being shut down countless times.
Many people think psychology is only good for treating past emotional trauma. But it's
Not
a
everyone
good way
needs to come to
prevent
me with their problems. I ain't a psychiatrist. Everything. I make it a point not to sell crap. We got beer, wine, and spirits. We don't do too many fancy mixed drinks, at least not the kind you get in Neon or New Atlantis. It's my belief that the only booze worth drinking doesn't need to be mixed with something else to taste good.
How about a girl?
What's your poison?
Paradiso sometime soon. To cheer you up.
Plenty. But if I went blabbing them to any rando that walks into my bar, no one would ever tell me anything around here. You don't do this job for 45 years by losing your customers' trust. See? That's what I'm talking about. You give respect, you get respect. I'm glad you understand. Only that I didn't care much for them getting disbanded years ago, and I don't care much for the rumors they're coming back someday. Don't be a stranger.
Another log? At least I've got more than enough work to complete before I can go home. Go me.
Worker satisfaction has been...
Hello there. Do I know you?
Psychological concerns into account has played a part in that.
Jack, I'm gonna need a stiff drink.
Huh. How odd that we both thought we knew each other. I'm Leona Hawks, Deimos Staryard's corporate liaison. Anyone who deals with our office likely deals with me at some point. I suppose I'll be seeing you around. We've been contracted with the UC for decades to provide military-focused crafts for the entire fleet. It makes sense that they trust us, as Deimos is the oldest standing ship manufacturer in the settled systems. We were responsible for some of the major advancements in grav drive technology since the early days of its existence, so our legacy is strong. I coordinate between Deimos Corporate and the other operations, such as the Staryard itself, and the mining operations here on Sidonia. Deimos Staryard's corporation is a complex entity, given that the different divisions have different goals and priorities. My job is to make sure those are all in alignment.
Well, that's enough for today. Shall we? While
Yes,
I may technically
let's.
work in HR...
Let me just finish sending
really
this.
want to see if we
And done.
Oh, hello.
This life ain't easy, but it pays the bills.
Any traction on getting the board to agree to opening up the HR head?
Hi there, friend.
what a long day.
What a day, huh? It's hard not to worry when your spouse is the one doing all the hard work down in the mines.
Oh, hey, what's up?
Mars is ripe with resources, which means there's always going to be plenty of work.
Ain't you brave, coming to see a bona fide tracker?
I don't care what anyone says. This is still a tough assignment. Can't wait to get shipped off to another base.
Hey, I want to talk to you for a second. Some friends of mine heard how you handled Sistef. They, want a word. No point. I've got nothing else to say. Everything you need to know is right here. Take it. Good luck. You're gonna need it.
I'd give anything for a transfer to another enhance office. Somewhere more white collar would be nice. Nothing's ever easy here. There's never a slow day. Certainly. Let's get to work on you. I admit, I took this job because I thought it would be easier and low stress. I thought, who would be getting cosmetic surgery in a place like this? But I was wrong. I am constantly busy treating scars, fitting prosthetics, and helping people recover from the dangers of working here. I want to keep working for Enhance, But until my transfer is approved and a replacement is found, it looks as if I'll be stuck here. You're probably right. At the end of the day, I'm helping someone look their best. Maybe it's not as bad as I thought. Be safe.
Deimos Star Yards acknowledges the efforts of its citizens to make our city a happy and productive place of work.
Almost break time.
Has been in corresponding
Going to use the elevators or stairs to reach the other level.
Am I glad I got this job instead of...
Unless you're here to serve me a drink, you can turn around and walk away. Right now, you look like someone who's wasting my time. I'm a busy man, so unless you have something important you want to say to me, you might as well get the hell out of here. Well, if it isn't Neva's little hero. So, you're the hotshot that turned down Sistef's offer, huh? You don't look that impressive to me. I didn't invite anyone. That order came from above. If you think that slate was some kind of a free pass into our organization, you're wrong. But keep your head down and your mouth shut. And you might just get a crack at some real money. Yeah, I kind of thought that'd make you shut up and listen. Neva told me to make sure you've got what it takes to run with us. And I'll be damned if I'm going to let her down. That means before I send you to meet her, you need to do a little job for me first. Play your cards right, and you might actually live long enough to find out. Yeah? No kidding. That's how things work around here. Get used to it. Now listen up, because I'm not going to repeat myself. I need you to deal with a miner who's racked up a bunch of debt. He probably spent it all on booze, not that I blame him. Either way, I want that money back. Feel free to throw as many credits in my face as you want, but that isn't the point. We need to make an example out of this guy. His name's Carl Fielding. I think you'll find him wandering around the Deimos miners' quarters. Don't worry, you can't miss him. Just look for the most miserable-looking guy in the entire place.
Particle detonation concluded. It is now safe to resume.
How's it?
Captain, it is pleasant to see you. Good day, Captain.
spot to think. The community center is a good place.
Most visitors can't wait to get off this rock.
Horace and I may disagree on matters of faith, but we both.
A reduced noise ordinance is in effect every night
Something I can help you with?
until 0500 hours the next morning.
Adler Camp. Who the heck is that? Adler, you said? Nope. I think you have me mixed up with someone else. Look, I'm tired. It's been a long day in the mines. I just want to go home, wash off the dust, and relax. This has been fun, though. Whatever. Hey, there's no need to get too crazy. Oh, wait. You mean that Adler? Yeah, sorry. I thought you were talking about someone else. I told him I'd pay up next week when Deimos cuts our next profit share check. I'll even bring it to him personally. Sound good? Yeah? Well, I mean, he doesn't really have a choice. Look, I haven't got a single credit to spare right now. Okay? You can't squeeze blood from a stone. You know? Right? What games? Why are you doing this to me? I don't have the money. Yeah, I hope so. I'm trying to be reasonable here. I'm glad you understand the position I'm in here. Please, tell Adler I'm sorry for trying to wiggle out of the debt. I didn't have much of a choice.
Service, Captain.
How it goes?
And it's been in existence from the beginning.
You would think something like that would have been changed by now.
People always ask me what I think about mining.
Have something for me? Then get back out there and stop wasting my time.
Captain, hello. I am satisfied to see that you survived your most recent sleep cycle.
Have something for me? There, would you look at that? I knew that bum was holding out on me. He going to be a problem anymore? Or did he get the message? Well, damn. If you want to make a name for yourself in this racket, you can't pull any punches. Still, you got my credits back, so it's not a complete loss. Well, looks like you've made it this far. Take one more step and there's no going back. You still think you can handle running with my associates? That's what I'm talking about. I like your style. All right, I'm convinced. I'll call ahead and get a hold of Neva. Head out to Europa, you'll find her there. I suggest you listen to whatever she has to say. This better be important.
How's everything with you?
The UC Exchange is a great place to buy your weapons. Just make sure to...
brownouts. So, what's this going to run?
If there are no other surprises, mid five figures.
5 figures? 5? Fine. Do it. I'll be at the bar. Find me when it's done.
We're on it, sir.
Take care of your shit. Could end up costing you otherwise.
You should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings. They'll cause plenty of havoc if left unchecked. Anything I can help you with? Looks to me like you're already in pretty good shape. I'm sure you can find something you like. Okay, no problem. Okay, no problem. I'm sure you can find something you like.
Please disregard. I attempted an informal greeting, but I am dissatisfied with the results. Carrying objects is one of my simplest and most useful protocols. I will await your next order here. Be able to walk at full speed with your pack. That full. Good day, Captain. May I take some things? Goodbye for now. Captain, do you require my assistance? I will keep your items safe, Captain. Return soon.
Got anything you need to offload? Trade authorities always lie. Kiosk right here for you.
Run the lower level. Used to think I was Vanguard.
Mining's fair work, but you can't take it all so seriously, I always tell my mates. They're pulling rocks out of the ground, not building spaceships. Welcome, welcome. Nice to meet you. Name's Trevor, mining director for the Deimos mining project here in scenic underground Sidonia. I could spare a minute or two to chat, so long as you're not looking for mining work, I suppose. Oh, that! Oh, nothing to worry about. We do fracking on Mars with subterranean particle detonations. Those announcements are just to let people know when to expect them. Now, you probably felt the rumble when the detonations actually go off. That's all it is. Not too bad, eh? Yeah, no worries, mate. I can totally see how it'd be odd if you're not used to it. Just sit down, or be sure you're within reach of something to hold on to if the quaking makes you uneasy, and you'll be fine. Yep, that's me. Joined up with Deimos when I was just 17 as a mining gopher. Go for this, go for that, you know how it is. I worked hard, proved myself capable, and got the promotion to mining director about 6 years ago, after the old boss retired. Some of the older guys resent me, but I give everyone a lot of leeway as long as they meet their quotas. So that keeps them happy enough. Not so bad for one of the oldest mines in the settled systems. We struggle with the lack of decent equipment, but we work hard and make up for it. As I'm sure you know, we're responsible for supplying resources to Deimos Star Yards, which in turn is responsible for supplying UC naval vessels. That, among other major projects, makes us one of the United Colony's most important mining operations. The prestige and pay that comes with it almost makes up for being stationed at the arse end of the settled systems in the middle of nowhere. Argos, huh? Yeah, I've heard of them. That's great, but yeah, unfortunately all our mining contracts are filled right now. Unless, maybe you could help me out with a job. Off the books. Great! I promise it's nothing that'll get anyone in any kind of trouble. See, you might have noticed that our equipment ain't exactly holding together like it used to. Problem is, we can't get new equipment unless we start exceeding our quotas. And we can't do that until we get new equipment. A real dilemma, right? I've got a plan for solving our little problem, though. Okay, glad you're still on board. First, I need someone from the outside to bolster our yields so we can prove that we can exceed our quota. I'll fill you in on the rest of the details after you've hauled up some ore. One standard quota should do. I need to know I can trust you with the easy stuff first. When you've got enough, drop it off in the bin over there for processing. Then come see me.
The city of Sidonia is proud to be a pillar of support for the United Colonies. Seek your local Marine recruiter if you wish to sign up for military service.
Not having any trouble mining the ore, are you?
If you need some rock blasted. Hey.
Demo Staryard acknowledges the efforts of its citizens to make our city a happy and productive place to work. Thank you for your daily contributions to our prosperity.
That's where you make the big bucks. Advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated in the event of unforeseen tremors. Detonation occurs in
Things
5,
can... Layla's been
4,
going on about the heart
3,
of Mars again.
2,
When's she going to give it a
1.
rest? This here is the most important work in the galaxy. We mine the resources that make spaceships possible.
Particle detonation concluded.
It is now safe to resume normal activity.
Don't want to catch yourself with a loose grip on your equipment when one of those particle detonations goes off.
Thought we had struck oil, but it turns out it was just another deep water deposit. That would do.
Please remain 2 meters away for your
I could use
safety.
a break.
Report any injuries I may cause to my
A reminder that particle detonations can occur
friend,
beyond
what's
the city
up?
limits between the hours of 0600 and 1800
Be
local
careful
time.
around the equipment. Don't want to lose an arm or something.
I bet my supervisor I could haul up double my normal quota. Guess who owes me drinks for the rest of the month? Ah, didn't think we had any new miners on account of the positions being full up. Yeah, okay, boss. If you really were new boss, then you'd know I tend to handle a lot of new announcements around here. And I definitely know about you. But nice try. Anyway, I'm Layla. When I'm not mining, I'm tinkering with Gnome, our unofficial mascot. I fill that computer brain of his with all sorts of nonsense and announcements. Of course, if you're here to chat, I'm always happy to talk shop. Especially if you're interested in talking about the heart of Mars. Oh, so you're interested in the heart of Mars, are you? Word is there's a cave out in the Martian waste with a gleaming node of the purest titanium ore you've ever seen. It's worth quite a lot of credits, but some say the heart of Mars is cursed. Hundreds have gone in search of it, never to return. And every one of them met a grisly fate. Maybe, just maybe, you could be the first to succeed, though. You know, if you think you got what it takes. No judgment if you're too scared. Fair question. I'm not really the adventurous type, to be honest. And frankly, I don't need the money. So, I don't really feel the need to involve myself with the prospect of a potentially deadly cursed chunk of titanium. What? No. I mean, maybe the cursed part isn't real, but Who am I to say? Look, I told you what I know. You can either choose to believe me or not. All I can say is that if you manage to find it and avoid the curse, you'll be a legend around here. Suit yourself. Let me know if you end up summoning the courage, and I can tell you where to find it if you change your mind. You're sure? When we talked before, you seemed a little scared off by the curse. Do you really think you have what it takes to find the heart of Mars? I know cursed rocks and all. I don't know for sure if it's really cursed, but it's probably still dangerous out there, so be careful. I'll give you location of the cave. Good luck. Very funny. Who sent you to ask? Was it Rivka? No, she seems to know what she's doing. I bet it was Hank, wasn't it? He always acts like he's top dog, but we all know he couldn't mine his way out of a wet paper bag. Oh, you're a miner too. Funny. I didn't think there were any new contracts starting. Which means you must work for a rival company. And if you think I'm going to divulge trade secrets, you've got another thing coming. Look, I won't report you, because we've all been there. But I'm not going to help you either. I like this job. I don't have any intention of losing it over something like this. Yeah, Gnome's been down here forever. He's also been broken forever. Can't actually walk or do work, and we don't have it in the budget to fix him. No one's had the heart to junk him, but when I started, I gave him new purpose. I programmed him to tell us local news and announcements. I modeled his responses after my own sarcastic sense of humor. It proved to be popular, so I did what any aspiring comedian would do and gave him a bunch of stupid jokes to tell. People love it. Or at least that's what they say. This is only my second contract, so I think I've been here for 4 years now. It's great. I love it here. I'm working on getting those red eyes that are all the rage these days, you know. You'll hear a lot of these other chumps complaining about Sidonia. They say it's boring or dangerous or whatever. Look, I come from an iced planet. These people have no idea what they're talking about. Sidonia is practically paradise compared to where I grew up. Why? I mean, who wouldn't want cool blood red eyes? It's kind of a badge of honor thing around here. People know you're hot stuff when you got red eyes. Also, it freaks people who don't know about them. Except for little kids. They always seem to think it's awesome. Either way, it makes for fun social gatherings. Leaving already?
Only employees of Deimos Staryard's mining division are authorized to mine resources in and around Sidonia. It is your civic duty to report any unauthorized mining to Sidonia security.
Exterior plating damaged.
Okay. That ore you mined is really gonna bolster our numbers. Great. Now, the next part is a little trickier. Our Director of Mining Operations, Peter Brennan, fired his last assistant over a month ago. Peter's the only one who can approve the order for new equipment, and unfortunately, he's useless without an assistant. I think I've got a surefire way for you to get that job. Then you, as his assistant, can get him to sign off on the approval. We just need you to take the job until we get the approval signed. Then you can quit, keep it, or do whatever. It's not as bad as it sounds. Worst case scenario, you may have to go fetch some stuff for him and go over his messages. It'll be easy, I promise. You don't think I've tried? Like I said, the guy is literally useless without his assistant. I don't even know if he knows how to actually use a computer. And everything Deimos does is so mired in bureaucracy because of their contracts with the UC. Which means, unfortunately, we need to do all the things by the book if we want them done at all. Hey, you asked if I had work. This is all I've got for you.
Caution. Prepare for today's final subterranean particle detonation. Be advised to secure loose articles and find stable ground or remain seated in the event of unforeseen tremors. Detonate.
Do you ever get songs stuck in your head? Sometimes I have to make up my own songs just to get rid of them. Hi, I'm Renee, and I'm so bored. My mom and dad say not to talk to people I don't know, so I thought maybe I could talk to you and then I know you and I won't be so bored. Oh, why? Oh, fine. But you won't get to hear about all the fun things I do here then. I'll still be around if you change your mind. Bye-bye.
It would.
crime's at an all-time low around Sidonia. Let's keep it that way. Be careful down near the mine.
Sorry, I don't really have much to say.
This is only my first contract. But I've already hauled
you
more
know why
ore
they call
than
this
any
the
of the
Red
old-timers
Planet?
could ever
What?
use.
Hold on. You're telling me you actually found the heart of Mars? It's supposed to be harmless prank we send newbies to go find. It's not supposed to actually exist. Yet, here it is. Or at least something resembling the legend. The only way this could happen is if... Damn it! If I gave you the wrong cave coordinates. Well, whatever you found, it's still impressive. You showed me up on this one. Feel free to keep it, since I'd say you earned it.
Look who finally had the guts to show up. Looks like Adler finally did something right for once. So, big shot. I hear Adler thinks you're good enough to join our crew. To Adler? Sure. But for all I know, you're just his latest impulse buy. Still, I'm feeling generous. So I'm gonna give you a chance to prove you're not a total waste of cabin air.
Ready to head out there? Or did you still need time on your own? We'll need to head to Mast. Check in with the Vanguard recruiting office where my contact works. And listen, whatever you were before, or whatever you do once you're out there, I don't care. So long as you don't bring UC security to our doorstep. Every member of Constellation is their own conscience. Understood? Good. Let's take a little stroll through New Atlantis, shall we? We need to talk to John Tuala in Mast. I'd be happy to carry a few things for you. Ask whatever you'd like. My parents considered themselves to be enlightened, but their lives were so busy they rarely pursued their beliefs. By the time I was old enough to start questioning these things, the idea of following any organized religion was almost an afterthought. It's not that I don't want to believe in anything, it's that my scientific mind is often at odds with my spiritual center. Having been out there, in the Starfield, seeing all those magnificent wonders with my own eyes, I need answers, not religious theory. I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but don't worry. While we're on this journey together, I fully intend to respect your religious beliefs. You mean, apart from being the chair of Constellation for the past 5 years? Well, let's see. I pride myself with my aptitude for astrodynamics, calculating optimal trajectories for grav jumping. That's been quite useful in the past. And as far as planetary exploration, my area of expertise is botany. So, don't worry. I won't let you eat anything that might put you in the hospital. Exploration is my entire life. I consider it both a career and recreation. That being said, I will make a confession, but you have to promise to keep it between us. Before I graduated from school, I was in a band. And no, I don't mean the school band. I mean a rock band. We called ourselves Ironic Comet. A ridiculous name, I know. But we were just a bunch of teenagers getting together and having fun. And before you ask, no, I wasn't the lead singer. I actually played the drums. The band never really went anywhere, of course, but those were good times, and I remember them fondly. Oh, okay then. Take your time. It's you and me from here. Excellent.
Wish that bartender at the viewpoint would stop complaining to security. I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by annoying us.
Sarah, good to see you. Who's your friend?
Hopefully Constellation's newest member. Thought I'd run through some legwork together.
Another space explorer. Hey, you ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, earn some credits, even get your UC citizenship? United Colonies Volunteer Fleet. Independent captains enlist, get to use their own ships, and the UC provides them with sustained work and credits. And put in your time, and you're guaranteed UC citizenship and everything that comes with it. Discounts on UC goods and medical services, chance to own a place in New Atlantis. Only way a foreign captain could even dream of seeing those sorts of benefits. So, you want in? All right. Can't blame me for trying, right? I mean, I still haven't given up on getting Sarah to re-enlist.
It's a game we play. He asks, I say no.
Here's what I got for you two. Vanguard volunteer by the name of Moera. Helps patrol the old neighborhood. Sol, Mars, Neptune, you know.
The Sol system? Which admiral did he upset to get that posting?
He's Martian, born and raised. Not like I can get anyone else to care. Word is he's got some fancy metal ornament he's been showing off to the old grounders. Matches that description Sarah gave me. What? Nah. Sol system is as quiet as a coffin. It'll be fine.
That means it's not going to be fine.
I'm sure you two can handle it. Sol system is a lot of planets, but a vet like Moera will be checking in at Sidonia on the regular.
You mean hitting the bars, don't you, John?
Hey, nothing wrong with a little refresh between patrols. Yeah, Bring a coloring book. You get so used to seeing red, you'll forget what blues and greens look like. You'll have to ask him, but Vanguard volunteers have retrieval rights if they get into a scrap. Wouldn't be surprised if he found it off of a pirate or something like that. Anything for Sarah. UC always takes care of its own. Even the prodigal children.
Oh, brother.
I'm serious about that recruitment offer, by the way. You just come talk to me when you're ready. UC is a good friend to have. Hey, Sarah's friend. You come to enlist at long last? Start earning your stripes with the Vanguard? Vanguard work is as needed. When we've got jobs, we'll make them available to you. But the work itself, well, it runs the gamut. Sometimes you might be hunting down hostile ships on behalf of the UC Navy, or you might be called up to help the Science Division clean up some invasive species. Hell, we've even been asked to help take on the occasional terramorph. And sometimes we just need cargo support. Not every job's glamorous. The Vanguard only gets called in for the ones where there's a chance of seeing action. Wherever the UC needs us, the Vanguard is there. Well, all right. Take the elevator down to the Vanguard Orientation Hall. You can get started at any of the registration terminals. The system will walk you through the rest. And if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Been a long time since I've been to Mars. Sol's time to go?
Yes? You needed something?
I really hope all this historical junk isn't gonna be on the test.
My fam, look, you didn't hear it from me, but I got a tip. There's a way to hack the Vanguard exam. Get yourself a better score.
You been through the exhibit? UC certainly likes to talk about itself, huh?
Humanity learned the Earth's magnetosphere would collapse sometime in the next half-century, eliminating all life on the planet. Decisive action was required, but the secure transport of an entire civilization would demand a new kind of cooperation, a new kind of courage, and a new kind of union. Thus, in 2159, the United Colonies were formed to make that journey possible. Just 1 year later, the Galileo, the first of many colony ships, touched down here on Jemison, beginning a new era of human history, the age of the United Colonies. ways.
The effort and planning it must have taken to evacuate literally the entire planet. Can you imagine? The logistics alone must have been mind-boggling.
What? One of the displays broken? I'll call up your maintenance.
From their foundation, the United Colonies strove to provide all their citizens with opportunity, security, and peace. But there were those among the UC that still wanted something more. Independence. So in 2161, the UC issued the Centaurus Proclamation, granting UC citizens the right to settle distant worlds and form their own sovereign powers. It wasn't long before the first new faction, the Free Star Collective, was formally organized in 2188, later followed by House Verun, revealing themselves to the universe in 2230.
The result of the Centaurus Proclamation has always left me torn. So much conflict arose as a result. Was it worth it?
It was only in 2230 that the faction known as House Verun first made contact with the rest of the settled systems. Founded by the passengers of a colony ship that had left New Atlantis and disappeared 4 decades earlier, House Verun was a faction unlike any other. A theocracy dedicated wholly to the beliefs of its isolationist founder, Janan Verun. House Verun initially made overtures of peace towards the rest of the settled systems. They claimed their only intention was to spread the word of their god, the Great Serpent. But none could have guessed that this worship might take the form of a bloody war, the Serpent's Crusade. The Free Star Collective was initially founded in 2188, when the citizens of Aquila banded together with the pleasure city of Neon in mutual defense. But in 2194, after the deployment of a UC medical star station in orbit around their world, the citizens of Narion also requested to join the collective. The resulting rise in tensions between the Free Star Collective and UC culminated in the settled system's first intergalactic conflict, the Narion War. Despite a decisive victory by the UC, the colonies permitted the citizens of Narion to join the collective, forming the basis for the fiercely independent union that persists to this day. Beginning in 2240, House Verun forces declared all-out war on the rest of human civilization, initiating the Serpent's Crusade. Over the next 23 years, thousands of Free Star, UC, and independent souls were killed by agents of House Verun in the name of their serpent god. It was only with the death of their founder in 2263 and the succession of his heir, Jarek, that House Verun finally sued for peace. There remains, however, select members of House Verun who refuse to recognize the cessation of hostilities their leaders established. Even after House Faroon's mysterious disappearance, these zealots remain a threat to all who encounter them. Their pacification, a goal of all space.
All 4 of my last science papers have been on terramorphs.
You know it was some UC general that condemned Londinium? Gave it over to these things. One of these murals said he was executed after the war. Might have gotten off too lightly.
In the midst of the colony war, a different kind of tragedy struck the UC city of Londinium. A newly constructed but critical supply center for the United Colonies war effort, Londinium found itself overrun by one of the galaxy's most mysterious predators, the Terramorph. A rare but pervasive threat to all human-settled worlds, Terramorphs swept over the city, seemingly out of nowhere, on a scale never before seen in recorded history. Valiant efforts by the UC military slowed the onslaught, but the creatures proved unstoppable. Ultimately, the decision was made to destroy the Londinian spaceport, sealing off the city,
This thing's like
the outbreak, and its citizenry from the galaxy at large. The tragedy of Londinium is mourned by the UC to this day. No one is born a United Colony citizen. Only through service to the UC can one hope to earn one's citizenship. But the UC prides itself on taking care of its people. Cost of living controls mean citizens pay less than their foreign counterparts for needs big and small. All citizens are issued a grant upon joining to get themselves on their feet. And only UC citizens have the opportunity to purchase property, getting the chance to live in one of the most beautiful cities in the settled systems. By joining the Vanguard today, you too can begin earning your place here, in the heart of galactic civilization, as a citizen of the United Colonies.
I bring her here almost every day to stare at this thing.
Registration accepted. You may now proceed through the historical displays in the orientation hall, or continue on to the examination.
I can't stop staring at it. A real Terramore.
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber. Please enter the designated simulation pod to initiate your exam.
I overheard one of the techs say there's going to be a hack in this simulator. Might be the only way I actually get through this.
UC security! You're under arrest. No sudden moves. You're coming with us. We'll be taking any contraband and stolen property you have on you.
Well, hello. You hear about the job by any chance? The officer over there can help you with any bounty issues. Part-time security officer. The position's very flexible. You can basically work whenever you're available. No pressure. We've had some gaps in the schedule lately. Macy's out on maternity leave, Jose's on loan to Sidonia. When it rains, it pours type of situation. So really, we just need someone to fill the void. Interested? Well, first things first, I have to ask, do you have any security experience at all? It sure counts for something. I mean, you're alive. And resilience is definitely an important trait for any officer. Well, I think I've heard all I need. Your first assignment couldn't be easier. Go to Mast and check in with Agent Plato at Aegis. There was a package left at a dead drop, and they need UC security to handle it. He'll fill you in on the details. Aegis? They're basically UC intelligence. They help identify threats to New Atlantis before they become problems. While we're separate departments, there are times we need to rely on each other, so it's important to keep a good working relationship. We do Agent Plato this favor, and maybe he'll toss us some intel when an investigation stalled. Tit for tat. You know how it works. Well, just because you're bringing it here doesn't mean that's where it'll end up. As for why, you can ask Aegis. As far as I'm concerned, it's none of my business. You know, MAST, the Military, Administrative, and Scientific Triumvirate. Giant building in the center of the city? headquarters of the entire United Colonies? I really should have given you a more thorough interview.
Let me know if you have any questions.
Crime's at an all-time low around Sidonia. Keep a lookout. Notify us if you see anything suspicious.
Things can get pretty glum around here.
Sometimes it feels like the
Got
UC
cold
forgets
beers
we're
and
out
good
there.
atmosphere.
But there'd be no UC.
He ain't been around. Went off on patrol. Hasn't been back in since. We're starting to think it might be time to pour one out to the blackest sea. Believe me, I've heard it. After about round 3 or 4 was all he would talk about. And he's got a voice that carries. Look, nothing more I'd love than to help out a fellow Martian. Especially one that's missing. But,
He has a tab, and you don't know if he's coming back.
it's a lot of credits, okay? I let it slide for a long time because he's a regular, but if I'm out all that money, I got problems. What do you say?
No, I've done this routine. Let's skip to the part where you admit you're lying about what he owes.
You calling me a liar? I'll throw both of you out of this bar right now.
Oh, please. 2 strangers arrive from off-world asking for information only you have. You see an opportunity. Everyone always does. Lower the price. Don't think we can't find another way to get what we want.
Fine. Agreed on a discount, right? Let me confirm the amount. Okay, let's talk. Last time he was here, Moera kept yelling about the Lady of Love. Singing songs. All that kind of thing.
Venus? That's only one planet. Hardly an entire patrol route.
I got what I got, okay?
Fine. We'll make do.
Hey?
Can't say I'm a fan of excitement and drama around here.
To Venus? So long.
Hey.
Only one point of Moera's patrol route to work from. That's how it goes sometimes. Until later.
Estonia completely underground was a clever way of keeping the city shielded from the harsh Martian landscape. Oh, what a lovely view of the Martian sky. Frankly, I'm a bit surprised to find such a delightful spot in this. Time to get this ship moving.
Good work with the bartender. Won't be the last time you'll be hustling information in some spaceport. I'll only carry the good stuff. Just kidding. Goodbye.
No other ship readings in the area. And I doubt they'd be so calm if a Vanguard had flown by recently. No idea. They appear and attack people seemingly at random. House Varun technically has diplomatic ties to the other factions, but the Zealots are outside of their control. Or so they say. No, but I think I see something else that might. There's a UC satellite beacon hovering distressingly close to those Varun ships. If we can get close enough to it, we could download its logs and figure out where our Vanguard was heading to next. Exactly. Minimal ship power, go slow. We grab the data on that satellite and jump away.
Nova Galactic Star Yard orbiting Earth's moon. Yeah, I know. The whole place is decommissioned. And I need parts for emergency repairs. Hopefully it hasn't been picked clean yet.
Oh, that's not good. Earth and everything around it was abandoned a long time ago. And the old star yards are crawling with spacers and other scavengers.
Ships were made. People still use their modules, even though their star yard hasn't been running in forever. It's all ancient history now, but the Earth lost its atmosphere. It started sputtering out into space. Humanity had about 50 years to evacuate the planet. That's kind of how the United Colonies government started, managing the exodus. Earth is more or less a dust ball now. You can occasionally find a few remnants of the world we left behind on the surface, but not much. Keep your weapons ready. Never know who else might be scavenging there.
travel safely. How can I be of service, Cap? There is room in my storage hold for further items. Let me know if I can be of assistance in the future.
We still need to find any sign of Vanguard Moara. Bye-bye.